Mortal Kombat features a wide assortment of characters, many of whom boast freaky or unique designs. In that department, Kabal definitely has some people's tastes covered. But unlike the sheer outward monstrousness of a character like Baraka, Kabal, for those who don't know about him, Kabal has story arcs as a hero character in the world of Mortal Kombat, or an anti-hero at the very least. Surprised? In this video, we'll be taking a look at Kabal's entire story. Please note that this video consists of content that we published before the release of Mortal Kombat 11 back in 2019, but now we've greatly expanded on that with completely new edits and re-recordings, and new content considering the events from Mortal Kombat 11 and its DLC Aftermath. Kabal is always seen with his face mask and two hook swords. He has a criminal past as a member of the Black Dragon Group, a group of mercenaries and outlaws who are offshoots of the Red Dragon Group, originally formed as a clan of disciplined warriors, though that later changes. His association with both the Black Dragon and Red Dragon groups changes throughout the Mortal Kombat games, as do his moral leanings. As always, let's begin with Mortal Kombat Midway Games continuity, which covers the events of all games before NetherRealm Studios' 2011 soft reboot. Kabal made his Mortal Kombat debut in the Mortal Kombat 3 series of games. Prior to the events of Mortal Kombat 3, Kabal was an operative within the Black Dragon, actively engaged in organized crime. After Mortal Kombat 2, series villain Shao Kahn initiates an invasion of Earthrealm that also steals the souls of most all of its human inhabitants. However, Raiden protects the souls of a handful of characters, and for some reason, Kabal is among them. Shao Kahn comes to be aware of the survival of some Earthrealm characters due to Raiden's meddling, and learns of Kabal's whereabouts. Following which, the Outworld Emperor sends a team of assassins out to hunt Kabal down and kill him. Kabal survives, though not intact. His face and throat are essentially ravaged, and from that point forward, he basically needs a respirator to breathe properly at all times. The attack leaves a strong impression on Kabal, and convinces him to change his ways to become a warrior for justice, abandoning his life of crime as a member of the Black Dragon, which in turn means he starts Mortal Kombat 3 as part of the chosen few who are still left standing in defense of Earthrealm against the forces of Outworld and Shao Kahn. The events of the game culminate with Shao Kahn's defeat, and with Kabal remaining a force for good. However, Kabal is not playable again until Mortal Kombat Deception, the 6th mainline game in the Midway Games continuity. In the time between the events of Mortal Kombat 3 and Deception though, Kabal does go through some pretty dramatic changes. Before the events of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, which is the 5th mainline game in the series, Kabal is ambushed and attacked by the head of the Red Dragon, a man named Mavado, who, falsely believing that Kabal is still a member of the Black Dragon, sees him as his enemy. In the fight that follows, Kabal is seriously wounded by Mavado, though afterwards he meets Havoc, a cleric of Chaos who hails from Chaos Realm. Havoc heals Kabal, and in exchange instructs him to restore the Black Dragon to its former glory as one of the leading criminal organizations around. Kabal, feeling indebted to Havoc for his healing, agrees, and thus the pendulum of his character swings back to the dark side, so to speak. Returning for Mortal Kombat Deception, Kabal recruits Cobra and Kira for the Black Dragon, and also has another face-off against Mavado, with the fight this time ending in victory for Kabal. In the events of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, the last game in the Midway Games continuity that we're going to speak about here, the Black Dragon comes into conflict with Taven, son of the Protector of the Realm of Edenia. Taven has a string of victories against the Black Dragon, including against Cobra, and though Kabal tries to initially coax him with an offer to join the Black Dragon himself, Taven refuses. The two fight, and Taven wins, leading to Kabal eventually throwing his lot in with the forces of darkness in the climactic Battle of Armageddon. He's one of many characters to die in that battle. But this scene of mass bloodshed is particularly undesirable to Raiden, who, having seen the chaos of Armageddon and wanting to avoid the catastrophe at all costs, sends information about it back in time to a past version of himself, hoping to avoid a devastating future for everyone. This effectively is the foundation for the NetherRealm Studios' continuity, which begins with 2011's Mortal Kombat. In this continuity, Kabal was once again a member of the Black Dragon at one point, though by the time the game itself kicks off, he is surprisingly enough a partner to the police officer Curtis Stryker, with his redemption arc from his former criminal days already having happened in the past. Even visually, Kabal is very different, with a face that doesn't bear the scars it did in the Midway game's continuity. Kabal does not figure into the plot until late in the game's story mode. In Stryker's chapter, the two of them fight against an invasion force from Outworld, and though they do succeed initially, Kintaro of Shao Kahn's forces later appears and severely burns Kabal, prompting Stryker to fight and win against Kintaro. The two are then separated from each other, and when Stryker does try to look for Kabal after dealing with more enemies, he turns up with nothing. Kabal reappears in the next chapter of the story mode, waking up in Outworld in a pod with Kano nearby, assembling Kabal's face mask. The Kabal scene here is more recognizable, though he describes himself in horror as a freak as he wakes up. We learn that Kano, the leader of the Black Dragon and an associate of Shao Kahn's, found Kabal and revived him using a respirator he built along with the magic of the evil sorcerer Shang Tsung, a member of Shao Kahn's forces. Kabal seems barely happy, if at all, to be alive, and not at all happy to see former Black Dragon compatriot Kano, despite the fact that he did save his life. After Kano tells Kabal that he sold weapons to Shang Tsung, Kabal blames him for the invasion of Earthrealm by Outworld, fights Kano, and wins. With escape from Outworld firmly his goal, Kabal decides to confront Shao Kahn, and forces Kano to accompany him so as to not be regarded with suspicion. Following that, we later see Shao Kahn drain Shang Tsung of his souls, and transferring it to Sindel in order to make her stronger, a process that kills Shang Tsung. Kabal, without prior experience on soul draining or demons in this continuity, is still confident to the point that even after Kano says that Shao Kahn is too strong, Kabal knocks him out and says that he can handle the Emperor. Foolishly, he just crashes the Outworld party, starting with a fight against a team of Noob Saibot and Mileena, while Shao Kahn powers Sindel up. A portal to Earthrealm is nearby, which Kabal dashes towards as he realizes that he is outnumbered. As he escapes towards the portal, and eventually back to the Earthrealm spot where he previously fought alongside Stryker, Kabal is shocked at how fast he can move. Reorienting himself quickly, Kabal is spotted by a brainwashed Cyber Sub-Zero, the new Sub-Zero Kuai Liang, transformed into an evil cyborg by the misguided leadership of his clan. Kabal wins in the ensuing fight, and so far he still retains his cocky personality. Shiva then appears, mistaking Kabal for another cybernetic Lin Kuei warrior convert. Kabal corrects her and says that he's not a machine, winning against her in a fight as well. With Shiva deterred and Cyber Sub-Zero unconscious, Raiden and Smoke appear. Kabal, recognizing Raiden, asks about Stryker's whereabouts. Raiden assures Kabal that Stryker is well, and that he is now an ally against Outworld. Smoke is happy to see Sub-Zero, but Raiden alludes to Sub-Zero's brainwashing as a cyborg. They retrieve Sub-Zero, with Kabal understanding the need to help him if possible. Kabal remains a hero character and associate of Raiden until the mass group of heroes that have been assembled are killed by a powered-up Sindel, and Kabal is among those slain during her attack. The same group of slain heroes are revived by the evil sorcerer Quan Chi, and thus begins Kabal's life as a revenant serving the sorcerer. Kabal's revenant self appears as a story mode battle in Raiden's chapter, in which he is defeated, and this closes out Kabal's role in Mortal Kombat 2011. He appears in Mortal Kombat X's story mode, but not as a playable character. He's not fought against in anyone's story modes. Generally, Kabal acts in concert with other revenants. His appearances and activity are minimal, and by the end of the game he remains a revenant, though Quan Chi is dead at the end of Mortal Kombat X. Similarly, Kabal's role in Mortal Kombat 11 is decidedly less prominent than it has been in some past installments, though he does, to be fair, have a little bit more of a part to play than he did during Mortal Kombat X. At one point, still in his revenant form, Kabal and Jade work together to fight against Sonya in the Netherrealm when she's part of Raiden's assault force on the realm, though the two of them are defeated. Later on in the game, the pair returns to fight against Jax and Jackie Briggs on Shang Tsung's island, or what's left of it, though the father and daughter duo are able to win that fight easily. When Kronika sets her plan in motion, her time manipulations also end up bringing past versions of several characters into the present. Kabal is in that group, and this version of him that shows up hasn't yet had his face severely burned, isn't yet allied with Stryker, and still remains loyal to the Black Dragon. At one point, Kano tries to manipulate this past version of Kabal, telling him that when he does get his face burned and disfigured in the future, it's because of Sonya Blade, who does it while torturing him for information. Kabal is fooled, and hoping to get some preemptive revenge, takes her on in combat. Sonya, or the past version of Sonya, since present Sonya is dead by this time, wins this fight. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11 is definitely not a game that paints Kabal in a very flattering light. And that's about the extent of his involvement in Mortal Kombat 11's story. He doesn't reappear later on in the game when the combined forces of the good guys are launching their assault on Kronika's keep, and there's no explanation for what happens to him when she turns back time all the way to the prehistoric age, though it seems safe to assume that he's one of several characters to essentially be erased from existence at that point. He does return in Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath as well, but does so very briefly. And other than teaming up with Jade once again to ambush Nightwolf, Fujin and Shang Tsung, doesn't have too much else to do in the entire expansion. And yes, he loses that fight as well. Of course, by the time Aftermath does end, Liu Kang has succeeded in having an entirely new timeline that's going to reboot the franchise once again with the upcoming Mortal Kombat 1, which means Kabal, and everyone else, is going to have a fresh start. Whether or not Kabal is even going to be in the game remains to be seen, but if he does, what can we expect from this rendition of the character? Kabal has changed dramatically time and time again over the course of the Mortal Kombat franchise, so could we be in line for another unique take on the character? Will Kano and the Black Dragon continue to be a crucial part of his story? Will Stryker? Will Kabal be on the good guy's side again after having spent some time in the company of the baddies? There is no denying that Kabal is not one of Mortal Kombat's more prominent characters, though of course, series fans would surely love to see him making a comeback. Whether or not he does is up in the air right now, but thankfully with Mortal Kombat 1 set to launch on September the 19th, there isn't long left until we know for sure one way or another. So what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.